For whom the bell tolls for thee. When I was an actor many years ago, the rehearsals were always at a certain time. And I remember I came in late for the rehearsals and the director stopped the whole play, and I would never ever be late for a rehearsal again after that moment. And so I just have that memory when Jody waits there by the bell, and so we've arrived. We are home. Megan said she wanted to tattoo that on her hand. It's such a powerful statement. It's a way to live your life, to arrive in the sacred moment. Every moment is sacred. And to know that you've come home to the truth of who you are. And my teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, he coined this calligraphy behind my head. And his whole ministry was about going home to the breath. And so when I studied with him, we spent every moment stopping, going within. And when you would go for a walk, you were home. When you were with other people, you were home. When you're lying in your bed at night, you were home. When you're in a crowd of a mass of people, you were home. It was a state of consciousness that's always there. But we have to arrive there. Otherwise, we're distracted by the world and by the news and by all the awfulizing that goes on all around us. And truly, there's a lot of it going on. If you don't know, just turn on the news and you can get distracted. And then you can turn it off. And then there is the possibility that we could find that place called home again. We have a little chant that we use here at the center: be still and know that I am God. All there is God. God is not a man in the sky. It's the universal presence that exists throughout creation. And we are a mystical teaching here at the Center for Spiritual Living. It basically says there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is everywhere expressing, even in the smallest of things. There's a line in the Bible, strangely, it says, he who can see God in the smallest of things is better than seeing an angel. So could we see the divine revealing itself in nature, in a stranger that you might meet on the street? When you look into their eyes, and this is a lifelong journey. It's not about a destination. Someone said that at our revealing service. It's never been about arriving at a certain place where you've finished. No, it's about a journey into the present moment. And we discover that. I'm speaking today about love, serve, and remember, a song that Bob and Kelly are going to share with us. And it really starts with the remembering. To remember that there is only one life. And it awakens within each one of us. In the Sufi tradition, we call it the beloved. But then once you recognize this beloved is this divine love, well, the beloved then wakes up within us. And we can forget the beloved and get distracted by the world and get caught up in the drama. Or we can just stop, go home, and there's the beloved waiting for us. And the beloved is pure love. And so when we remember that we are the beloved, all there is the beloved, that love begins to flower within our being. And it sees itself everywhere. And this journey never ends. Even when we shuffle off this mortal coil, I believe that we continue that journey in another dimension. And because of my advanced years, I have so many spiritual beings that I've known who are still here with me. And so I'm being shown that we're spiritual beings, we're having a human experience. But as it says in the Bhagavad Gita, spirit was never born and spirit will never die. And you are a spiritual being. Waking up, remembering, discovering every moment the grace, the good, the God in life. And so we come together to experience this journey to nowhere, to now here. Take a deep integrating breath. Give a sigh for the divine, and open your eyes and look around you. Oh, it's so good to see my spiritual family. I'm going to invite Bob and Kelly to do that Love, Serve, and Remember song right now, because this is what will launch this whole journey. And it's, oh, and by the way, we're having a choir meeting at the end of this service. For those of you who want to sing a love song next week, it's going to be a fun love song. Who doesn't want to sing a love song? Thank you so much. You know, I love taking one little salient idea and letting it work on me. And that's what I did with this idea of love, serve, and remember. And as I was exploring it, I'm going to my rich library of a gazillion books. The one I just purchased from my beloved Sufi teacher, Llewellyn Van Lee, has him standing with bare feet on the ocean. And I studied with him for the longest time. He's the one that has this voice. And anyway, I thought this was too mystical. It's the mystical writings of Rumi. And so he talks about remembering in a way that I thought was really transformational. So Let's see, where did you put this? Okay. Oh, where is it? Oh, where is it? Okay, well, it's just one masterful thing after another. The whole universe, there's only one love story, and that's the story of the lover and the beloved. And yet, this one story is lived in millions of ways. Each story is a unique fragrance of that love. Ooh. Every cell in creation lives its own love story. It's longing for source with a big S. Human beings have the capacity to make the story conscious and to know the nature of their own hidden loving. So we all have the capacity to embody and live this love. And then he dives into this next little chapter on the power of love. Every one of these is a little sacred. Let me go up to this one. To search is to find that the heart has always known that there are no boundaries to love, Susie. No boundaries. The heart knows that. Love is present within our own heart, within every breath, within every cell of our bodies, and within the whole of creation. So he's at the very get go taking us to the big. During these last difficult and exhausting years, I wonder what he's talking about there. What has sustained me most has been this love. Not the love of my earlier years on the path, Virginia. The love of aspiration and longing, passion, heartbreak, and even bliss. I have been taken to a place of love, and I know that this love is all around, like the air that we breathe. Love is now easy. It's not something to be longed for or to be sought. And in this love, there do not seem to be two. There is no longer the drama of the lover and the beloved. It just is. So much of what the Sufi path is was you would say the beloved with the capital B, and I am calling on the beloved to become one with the beloved. Now, all there is the beloved within everybody. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, he says. Love draws us back to the love. Love uncovers the love. Love makes us whole, and love takes us home, right here. In the depths of the soul, we are loved by God, and this is the deepest secret of being a human, the bond of love that is at the core of our being, and it belongs to all that exists. Wow. Then those little squirrels that are in your bird feeder, they're part of the love too. I know that you wanted to have the birds, Babette, but you got the squirrels. Is Babette here? Oh, there she is, smiling over there at me. So he says, it is in the eternal moment that this love is born. All we have is the eternal moment. Love does not belong to time. It is a timeless quality, and it's a well known to all lovers. So we are a center of lovers, here to experience the sacred moment. And notice who's in this room with you. It's yourself. He goes on to say, in the light of oneness, the non-existence of the mystic is one of the secrets of our path. The non-existence of the mystic. And we're all mystics. The mystical path takes us from being to non-being, a state of non-existence that is dynamically alive and full of love. And he says, and on this Sufi path, we go through the stage of fana, which is the annihilation of the ego, into a stage called baqa, B-A-Q-A, which is an abiding in the presence of the one. We're all abiding in that same presence. Well, it's kind of a fun way to jump right into the whole big thing here, my kids. But he said, this part about remembering that was so sacred for me. Where did I find it? Was it in the back of the book? Remembering. Anyway, he said, we forget who we are, but we come to remember, to the simplicity of living a daily life with a heart that belongs to God, serving the one in the many and the many in the one. The simplicity of living a daily life where it's all God, and we learn to remember that. I am remembering who I am. We don't forget anymore. Oh, here's what it is. Recently, I was sitting in an airport lounge. It was full of people waiting to board a flight. Have you ever been in an airport lounge where everybody's crazy? I certainly haven't. For a few moments, my eyes were opened, and I saw how every person was full of divine presence, how there was nothing other than God in the airport, God's light, God's love, God's beauty everywhere. And in the same few moments, I also saw that these people did not know it. And in this experience, I realized the real mystery is not that we are all divine and are filled with this divine substance, but the fact that we don't really know it. We do not know that we are all part of this divine presence. And this experience filled me with a sense of wonder. The wonder that part of the mystery of creation is that we have been allowed to forget the divine. We go through stages of forgetfulness. And it is the will of this divine presence within us. The divine is forgotten, just as it is God's will that we are allowed now to remember. So our job is to remember who we really are. Stephen, you came here to remember who you are. We all come here. I come here every Sunday to remember. I am remembering who I am. I'm not that lost little soul, Ash, that's out there trying to figure out. No, all there is this divine presence, but I have to remember it every moment of every day. Boy, that's the kind of the little flash. So instead of love, serve, and remember, let's start with remember. And then the love will happen. And then we can move into service. So Llewellyn has a way of kind of turning things on the table. You have to. So we just finished this lovely class, and I'm so thrilled. And it's still working on me. Mark Kahn's whatever arises, love that. So even in the midst of hell, you know that the beloved is there. And he ends the book with this beautiful little invitation. And he asks us to say this to ourselves. I may perceive myself as an individual having a unique personal experience, but I am the all that is within it. Doesn't that take you out of you, Megan, into something bigger? And while appearing human in form, I am experiencing a spiritual rebirth of the entire planet. The whole planet's waking up, and you're part of it. We may seem small in numbers, but we're powerful in consciousness. And in my experience is depicted the evolution of a person and ultimately the evolution of our planet. We are here to evolve out of the me into the we and arrive at the all, that this is all the one life. This is in his little book on love. So he says, I accept that there are other dimensions where the evolution of the one is being experienced in slightly or even drastically different ways. This means that I am not just awakening in one way, I am awakening in all ways. Boy, that's a big thing. Jody's got the grandbaby. She's awakening as that Nana and Jojo. I don't have that, but I do have all of you guys. I am awakening in all ways, he says. And if I wish to explore the other parallel dimensions, where this is one, is embodying the ascension of a planet in infinite ways, the ascension of our planet. Ooh. I don't have to travel into outer space to discover those other dimension versions. They're already here, decorated uniquely as other people. That's your treasure, Ben. You're going to discover the kingdom of heaven spread out upon the earth, and it's there. It's everywhere. Can you imagine approaching life that way? He goes on to say this, I acknowledge everyone that I see is an eternal one. They are the I am. Everyone I see. That man that followed you off the freeway to tell you your lights weren't working was a divine angel. Even if it feels as if I'm only one among many, I accept that there is merely one perspective within the vastness of the universe. No matter how anything seems to be, I rejoice that I am transforming this perspective for all, just by allowing it to be on the receiving end of my loving attention. Michael and I always have these heartfelt conversations about people we've known who are kind of still here with us. So could we put our attention on this mystery? He says, we celebrate the victory that has already ensured since the beginning of time for the liberation of all. Accept those things and others that transform our lives. Megan texted me and she said, Jeff Foster said something that helped transform her life. So I'm going to invite her up now to share what Jeff said. When we get those invitations from the universe, oh, yeah, that would be lovely. Yeah, you're young and pretty.
We do yoga for a reason. So yeah, me and my Facebook algorithm are very tight. My Facebook and it knows me, it knows what I need to see every day. And it was so magical, Abby, thank you. Life is magical. So this came across a couple days ago, and when I was 33, ironically, is really when I would say that my religious deconstruction process started. And those tendrils, guys, are still there. Those little roots and things, those fears, that separation thinking, the judgment thinking, like it's all still things that still crop up from time to time. But I can tell in myself I'm getting so much stronger in who I am and just in what I believe or don't believe, and just the process of becoming and embracing change. And so I love this. I almost thought about rewriting it for myself, but I just want to read Jeff's words in his original words. So this is titled The End of Spirituality. My yoga mat has disappeared into the ground under my feet. My ashram has become the coffee counter, a bad joke exchanged with a barista, a friendly smile creeping over a frozen face, and the whole world willing us along. My temple is the shopping mall, the dentist's waiting room, the empty meadow in the morning with its soft yellow light and virginal air. My guru is the incubating roar in the belly, the melancholy of the evening, and the hope and despair of raw existence itself. Nothing needs to be added. My enlightenment is the ordinary moment, this mundane experience drenched in the sweet nectar of my own attention. My origin is the breath, and the breath is my destination. My lineage is the hungry cat greeting me on my evening walk, ambling beside me while rubbing her fur against my skin, her soft fur like the cashmere blanket Grandma used to wrap around us as the nights came in early. Fur becoming skin, and the cat nonchalantly moving on to peruse a discarded sandwich wrapper, and me walking on. My spirituality is deep in the earth. It is in the mud, the heat, the bowels, the awkward and the inconvenient, the cry for mother, and the courage to penetrate unexplored regions of the psyche. It is the yearning for home and the happily exhausted return. My bliss is nothing the mind could ever grasp, not in a billion years of searching. My joy is simple, like those who have lived a life full and are ready to die. I lie down in the meadow, my backpack my pillow, my hands entering into the silky, sticky grass, my entire life reduced to a single thought and memory and momentary vision. And then that is gone too, and I am gone with it all, replaced by the meadow itself, its soft yellow light and its clean, invigorating air, its hope and its promise, its fullness and its mercy. Do not look for me. You will not find me here or recognize me if you do. I am invisible because I have become all that is seen and all that is known and unknown still. I do not practice spirituality. I have been destroyed, deconstructed, deboned, and born again, reconstituted as man, woman, formless as form. I have been recreated inseparable from this ordinariness, resurrected with the birds belly laughing on the electric wires at dawn. Jeff Foster.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, my love. Jeff Foster is very significant in my life. When I had the heart attack, I went to Colorado to heal, and he was the one that was there. And he's gone through so much trauma in his life, and he helped me see that there was grace in that. And so when everybody wanted to come up and fix me at this retreat, I left all of the people and I went down. This was in Colorado, and I found the old tree, and the tree was my source of healing. And so, Jeff kind of pointed the way. When life gives us this falling apart stage, and I love the fact that he referred to the cat, because I've shown some people this photograph. It literally fell out of a book in the basement, and it was a very young David Leonard at a time when he was lost, and he found this cat named Pither. And Pither was this black and white cat that had blue eyes, and I couldn't relate to humans at that particular time, but somehow this cat and I, Celia, can relate to this. We became like one. So the universe has a way of having us connect to something greater. Let me just finish a little bit of Matt Kahn at the very end. He says this, which is kind of fun. I also accept that others are here to transform additional aspects for my evolution as well. So together as one, we celebrate the victory that has already been ensured since the beginning of time for the liberation of all. That's what you do for me, Megan. You help me liberate when you go through your experiences of, she said to me this little thing, she says, I am the sky, I'm not the weather. And there was a little part of her that says, I'm this big space that gets to go through all the storms and this is and the that's. And that was a little moment of enlightenment. So Matt Kahn goes on to say this, inviting your heart to be this inner navigator that guides you beyond the boundaries of time and space, we explore a world of endless potential, and we're destined to remember love as the essential power to any question we might have. There's that remembering that love is the answer no matter what the question is. Throughout our journey, we are discarding individuality in the name of unity. Oh, I am you, you are me, we are one. That's your whole business, Ben, is about unity consciousness. Rather, we are awakening the truth of unity by reuniting the mind and the heart in holy matrimony. Oh, that's kind of fun, isn't it, Susie? The mind and the heart. When the mind and the heart can become as one, we uniquely celebrate our spiritual evolution on instant replay as the growth and expansion of each individual, because we're not separate. So we're bringing it all together. We're not trying to get away from the head and move into the heart. No, we're saying our head and our heart have to combine. Teach more of him. He says, you are living proof that all is well. He said, love always has a final word. And as our evolution is revealed, there are 4 powerful words that can carry you wherever you want to go. And I think it'll make a great book. It's called Whatever Arises, Love That. And that's how he ends the book. And so we're here to know that love is what we are, and we move into the world expressing that love in unique ways. I pulled out Mark Nepo, who is, he's very dear to me. He's survived cancer 3 times. He's kind of like you, Raul. And in his cancer survival, he's found the grace of this endless practice called life. And he's such a resource for me. He talks about, at the end of this wonderful book, being on the edge of the vastness of the universe. And he says there's an important difference between peace as a moment of stillness and as an inner state of being. This is how we serve, by embodying the very peace, the love that we are. And so he goes on to say, peace as a state of being is the edge of vastness that contains of all our psychological habits. Could we open to this peace, Adam, when we go through all these crazies in the world? As joy holds all our feelings, peace holds all our psychologies. And like a human fish, we fin our way through the eddies and the pools of life, through the turbulent tides. And there are turbulent tides right now, Miss Susie, looking for expansive stretches of inner calm. No one knows exactly how to do this, but each of us must try. And that's the way I think we serve life, is by not running away from the crazies, but by learning to fin our way. Bob and I had such beautiful talks before the service about finning our way through this crazy world. And he goes on to say, the older I get, the more I feel in any given moment that this means experiencing more than one feeling at a time. And even when one feeling seems to be pronounced, others are just nearby. This is one of the unifying experiences of inner depth. We're asked to lean into the merging, not to resist it. I can feel happy and sad at the same time. I can feel clear and confused at the same time. I can feel pain and beauty at the same time, because the current of experience, which never stops, wears the opening of the heart wider and deeper, so it can receive more of life in any single moment. And while this is challenging, it's a very good thing. It brings us closer to the flow of aliveness. Closer to the flow of aliveness, so we can meet the stuff that's going on in the world, not as a problem to be solved, but as an opportunity. And lastly, he says, though we are battered about by the difficulties of life, the heart is only made more potent. It's condensed by our trials into something like a diamond. And so this turns hopefully our heart into the diamond that can see through the troubles. And So thank you. These are my teachers. I've decided to teach this new class because I thought it would be very challenging for a lot of people. It's the Mystic Path by a lady named Mirabai Starr. She started off as a Jew and then she became a Christian, and she studied all the different world's religions. And there's even a chapter in here that even saints F up. And I thought, oh dear, that'll probably piss everybody off. But I thought, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And she says at the very beginning, it's important that we have an intention in life, not that we try to fix the world. And she says this: when we make a pact with ourselves to show up for reality just as it is, reality rewards us by revealing its own hidden holiness, its ordinary senses of wonder, and its fruitful shadows of radiant wounds. Isn't that sweet, Megan? They're radiant wounds. And setting an intention to walk the way of love rescues us from the all-consuming preoccupation with what modern people think is important. It takes effort to find the gold in what you once discounted: your own aging skin, your ethnic nose, perhaps. The grouchy groceries, she's a nice Jewish girl, the grouchy grocery clerk and the slow driver on the one-lane road, a stomach flu on your first day off in ages. But it gets easier, my friends. Your wonder muscles begin to grow more robust, and your capacity for appreciation begins to expand. When you see this too is good, this too is for God. And so she says, our job is to set an intention in life to meet the stuff that this is here for me. We finished our classes, we do a final project, and this last Wednesday, students amazed me with but one in particular was Miss Gigi Mejia wrote a prayer. And I thought I would close with this prayer, and then we'll do this amazing song. And this is the intention that I'd like to set. This is from Miss Gigi. She says, it's called Another Song. We must sing, she says, and sing we must, to tell the story, to remind us that every day is a new beginning, a new chance to rediscover our humanity, to be what we are meant to be. Every day is a challenge to be brave, to be open, to be kind, and to be forgiving. And forgive we must, she writes, eventually. Those who rule the world with cruelty, with greed and murder, they may rule the world for a while, but we do not let them rule our hearts, never. We do not let them rule our hearts, never. We just keep on loving, caring, helping, and healing our heart over and over again if we must. And we will remember always that love is more powerful than the gun. And we will remember always that love is more powerful than the gun. So we keep singing our songs of love, even if forgiveness seems impossible. Just keep singing and you will remain free. And what you always were and always will be is love. So with that, shall we sing about love? Yeah, da 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 da. And Miss Jody's going to bring down the baskets if you'd like to leave a donation for the center. Always well appreciated. And I believe it's a song about love, and there might be something in here that you might want to sing along with. Miss Karen Drucker?
Yes, love, peace, and joy.
Love, peace, and joy.
If it moves you, you can get up and sing along. I start my day with love. I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. When I start my day with love, I start my day with love. That's what I get more with love. I start my day with love. It's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Peace when I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. When I start my day with peace, when I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. Yeah. Peace, peace, peace. I choose peace, 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 joy. When I start my day with joy, I start my day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. When I start my day with joy, I start my day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. Here we go. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. Come on, I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. Start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release.
Yeah. We can applaud. Thank you so much. Miss Jody, you want to ring the bell? Oh, yes. We've set an intention to start our day with love, to start our day with peace, to start our day with joy. And as we embody those, we feel the sweet release entering into the experience of now with a sense of wonder and awe that this is the day the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing and am glad in every breath and every moment. Love is leading the way, and the law is making the way possible. Peace that passeth all understanding is now operating within, so I don't have to struggle with what's going on in the world. And joy sets me free of the seriosity, and I can laugh and love at it all. How glorious it is to simply love what is, to live in a peace that passes all understanding, and to let joy, bubble up from within and find the freedom of laughter and a smile. Oh, life is so full of opportunities to practice love, peace, and joy. And so we breathe in that remembrance of who we are, the one life unfolding in multiplicity, here to be revealed by each one of us, just like the flower would reveal itself. I have an acronym for flower that's on the wall in my dining room. The F stands for fragrance. The L stands for laughing. The O stands for opens. The W is wildly. And the E is effortless, R revealing. Fragrance, Laughing opens wildly, effortless, revealing. And that's what we are to be as a flower here on planet Earth, letting the fragrance of our soul laugh and open wildly, effortless, revealing our divinity, our beauty, the magic that we came here to experience and to express and to reveal. Take a deep integrating breath from the great bouquet of love that you are, and give a sigh for the divine. Ah, and I think we should sing a song and make a circle. What do you think? About oneness.